Hi, thanks for joining us again today. My name is Danny Springfield with the Springfield Group at Keller Williams Legacy, and I'm sitting here with Tony Tileman from Supreme Lending.
Hello.
Today we're hanging out at the Whiskey Cake in La Cantera over on the new side in the fall section. This place is awesome. They're known for their whiskey cake, the namesake, and it's as good as it sounds. Highly recommend it. Kind of a farm-to-table approach here, great service, and a really, really cool atmosphere. Come check it out.
So Danny, you've got 3 kids.
Yes.
And you're a soccer mom.
I am the soccer mom. I'm a coach
You're
somehow.
the soccer coach. Tell me about that. How's that going?
There's not a lot of coaching going on. They're 6 and 5 years old, and I'm just trying to keep them from running in a herd and from wrestling on the field. So if that's the measurement, it's a wild success.
So the question is, are they having fun?
They're having a great
So
time.
you're an all-star coach.
I wouldn't go.
Mine are a little bit ahead of you. Mine are 19 and 17, and my 19-year-old just got done playing soccer in Central Arkansas and Northwest Louisiana. So
Real soccer.
we've been doing a little bit of traveling, so it's been pretty good.
Awesome.
Okay, so I've got a question for you on real estate.
Okay.
Buyer representation.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who think they can save money by doing it on their own. They can save the commission. Tell me about that.
So I think it's actually a really rare circumstance where they do save money. When you're looking at a resale, which is a home that's already been owned and already lived in and not new construction, the way the listing agreement reads between the seller and the listing broker or the listing agent is that the seller will pay the listing broker a certain percentage of commission for the sale, and then it says the listing broker agrees to share some of that commission with the cooperating agent is what we call it, but basically that means the buyer's agent. So to you as an unrepresented buyer, not only are you foregoing representation, which is a bad idea on many levels, but you're not getting a better deal. You're not saving the seller any money there.
And we found in representing the buyers for their mortgage loans that years later, they found out that their homes are not appreciating at the rates that other neighborhoods did. And part of that's because they didn't know what they were getting into.
We run into that quite a bit. It's always a tough conversation when I have somebody call me who bought new construction within the last couple of years and wants to sell now, and they're terribly, terribly upside down. So a good buyer's agent helping you on the buy end can help you avoid that, definitely. And now that we're talking about new construction, I think there's a big misconception too that going without an agent and just approaching the builder directly as a buyer is going to save you a lot of money. What I found is that builders cannot reduce price when they're not paying a commission because every sale after that one has to appraise for the same sales price. So it's just not something that they actually can do. And
So I moved closer to the food. So I'm going to take a bite of the whiskey cake in a second.
And you know, Tony, it's funny that I'm just now running into situations where buyers are really trying to forego representation. And I think it's because there's so much information available to them, which I think is awesome. Be educated. Do your homework. Find a really good agent and ask them all the questions you're wondering, and then trust that experience. There's a lot of creative solutions to situations people sometimes find themselves into that only somebody who's done it 100, 200 times is going to know to come up with.
I've got one thing to share. I called on a listing this past weekend and I asked for some information, and they said, do you want to make an offer on the lot? And I said, I would like this information. And they said, well, let's rate it up in the offer. This isn't coming really across very well, but you want to go with an agent who's going to ask you questions and really going to find out what you want so they can represent you very well. So Danny, how did they get a hold of you?
Give me a call anytime, 210-286-9452, or text me.
She wasn't kidding, this is really good.
Check it out, Whiskey Cake at La Cantera.